Hello, hello, and peace be with you. I hope all is well. So Trump is back. What a lavish hospitality that was given to him.
I did say I was standing next to all three of them over the last few days, and with tremendous fanfare and everyone going crazy and everything else. It's at a level that nobody's ever seen before. Honestly, nobody's ever. I'm getting calls back in the United States. We've never seen anything like this. It's so good for our country, so I'll do it again, and I'll do it. And yeah, I would certainly China where it's important. That's important in a different way. This was very important to keep in our fold. It's just they're in our fold. They are back loving the United States again. That was a full embrace, and nobody's ever seen anything like it. I mean, seriously, I asked, have you ever done this before? Last night, 2 nights ago, I said, have you ever done anything for No. Would you? No. Not even close. With the hundreds of camels and the horses and this, it was beautiful. I mean, all three. If you said which was the best, I couldn't tell you, and they were different. They were all at the top level. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. It was an honor. But that really, to me, it showed love. It showed, there's a love. It's almost like they were shut out for a long time, just shut out and treated horribly, and they shouldn't have been. And all of a sudden, they were allowed back in, and they give you an embrace that's 20 times what it perhaps should be.
Muslims are very hospitable people, whether they're rich or poor. It's part of our faith and culture to actually give the best that we have. The best that we have. But the way Trump was treated, no one else gets to be treated that way. I think part of it's because I don't know anyone who would want that. I don't know anyone who would want to be treated like that. I mean, that was too much if you ask me, but not too much for Trump. He likes his bling bling. He likes his flowers now. You go way overboard when it comes to hospitality. And today, everyone was talking about the fact that, oops, we made a major mistake.
So it's now confirmed, guys, the entire Trump versus Netanyahu falling out divorce saga, it was all fake. Just like I said in the video I posted here the other day, Trump was doing nothing more than providing cover for Benjamin Netanyahu to look like some kind of victim, to be able to come out and kvetch and to say that Israel has to stand alone against the Hamas and that they now have to go in and start killing hundreds of thousands, millions more Palestinian innocent women and children and anyone else who gets in their way. That's all that this was. It was fake. It was a media stunt. And Trump has made sure that everyone knows it now by going on Fox News with Brett Baer and saying there's nothing negative going on between he and Netanyahu. And Netanyahu has the toughest job in the world. And October 7th was the worst atrocity, the worst day of killing in human history.
There's absolutely no beef between Benjamin Netanyahu and Donald Trump. Trump even gave an interview to Fox News, and he was asked if he was going to help the Palestinians. Here's what he said.
The situation in Gaza is going to come to an end soon?
Gaza's a nasty place. It's been that way for years. I think it should become a free zone, freedom. I call it a freedom zone. It should become a freedom zone. It doesn't work. Every 10 years they go back. Look, people are starving. You see what's going on right now. People are starving. One of the things that one of the 3 great leaders that I saw 2 nights ago said to me, please help the people, the Palestinians. I said, other than the obvious, what do you mean by that? He said, they're starving.
So let's break this down. What the hell is Trump talking about here, right? What do you mean? You said to the other Arab leader, well, what do you mean other than the obvious? So this is Trump trying to pretend like he didn't realize that people are starving in Gaza. Get the fuck out of here.
He's not thinking about freeing the Palestinians, or Palestinians, however you say it. He's thinking about freeing the space they call home from them. Of course, there's the news that the Trump administration is talking to, or has been talking to, Libya when every place else refused. Trump is not going to help the Palestinians. Why should he? Trump is a transactional person. The Palestinians don't mean nothing to him. And of course, we all know the only people that care about Palestinians, regardless of their culture or background, Muslims and non-Muslims alike, are impacts. People who care about other human beings, who can walk on and can feel the suffering of others. I don't think Trump is that way. Palestinians don't seem to be human beings to him, or at least full human beings. Their pain does not matter much. I mean, just think about it. The first wave of the Afrikaners, South African whites, just came a few days ago to America. Their refugee status was just expedited, like in the speed of light. We have never seen anything like it. And when he was asked about it, he said, well, they're going through a genocide. We are talking about a small minority, 7% of the population of South Africa, which own 70% of the land and 90% of the wealth. And they're complaining about genocide. 50 people, 50 farmers have been killed. But 50 is a lot. When you're white, 50 is a lot. Because we know some people's lives mean much more than others. So, yeah, it's a genocide when you kill 50 white people. Every life matters. Black, white, yellow, it doesn't matter. We're all brothers and sisters in humanity, and we have equal worth. Everybody has someone that loves them and adores them and would do anything for them to stay around. But when you are not the powers that be, according to the powers that are, so yeah, Trump will not help the Palestinians. It seems to me, and anyone with a room temperature IQ, the only thing that he sees when he thinks about Palestinians is that beautiful piece of land they are occupying. That's why he's using terms like, we need to cleanse Gaza, we need to make it a free zone. They're making this beautiful piece of land, from a real estate point of view, dirty. They're hindering his future Middle East Riviera, world's people, as he calls them, to come and live in Gaza and work in Gaza. Anyone else but the Palestinians, the people who actually own this land. So I knew that wasn't going to happen. I didn't get excited. This is not about Muslims or, non-Muslims. It's about humanity. And the only human beings that care about the plight of the Palestinians are people of conscience. Another thing that's very interesting is that there's a new group called Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. It's a new organization that is funded by the US, and it was just launched very recently in Switzerland. And the founder is a guy by the name of Jake Wood, and he wrote a book that's called I Was Once a Warrior, or Once a Warrior. There's not much information about him. Something screams that he's part of the three-letter agency. So this organization hires a lot of former military servicemen. And so Israel wants them to be the ones that are distributing the aid. I'm sure you've heard that Israel is allowing very minimum calories to get in. And for that even to happen, it would have to be this US company, private equity, because everything is private equity nowadays, to be the ones that are distributing the food. Mercenaries. I mean, what do you think that's about? This is what the US government is approving of. This is their way of helping. For a president, the most powerful man in the world, to help the most powerless, people who are going through genocide, would have to be someone who's really self-aware, who reads, knows history, cares deeply about people. At least Biden was an ideologue. He cared. He just didn't care about the Palestinians. He took a side. But it was not about money and fortune for him. It was more of an, ideological belief. And that's understandable. But with President Trump, it's not ideological. It's not because he cares deeply about one side or another. It's about the fact that he believes power and money, whether you are a loser or a winner. And in this case, the Israelis are, or Israel is the winner. Palestinians are the losers. And he hates losers. It's that simple. It's not that he doesn't like Muslims or he doesn't like Arabs. We have seen how he treats the rich Arabs and how they treat him. They love each other. He just doesn't like poor people. They're losers to him. Why couldn't they become rich and powerful? It's their fault. I don't think he's necessarily racist. I just think in his mind, it's just, everything's just black and white, no pun intended. You're either privileged. Because I honestly believe, if you have money and you're black and you want to buy the $5 million Trump card, he'll probably sell it to you. This was a great strategy to start to insert these rumors and fire it into the media just the right time, just before he left for the Middle East. He's finally dumping Netanyahu. America first. All that stuff. It was just perfect. And people just ate it up because so many people are desperate for hope. desperate for a hero. Humanity in general. Because humanity became cowardly. I never thought we would be here. Never, ever. I used to be so hopeful about humanity and optimistic. It's all gone. I mean, I still think the vast majority of humanity is decent. But I think we got to a place where ordinary human beings don't have the leverage anymore. I think in a way, technology has taught us so much and connected us so much, yet it kind of made us slaves. We're more afraid than ever. Because we are constantly being watched. No one is truly safe anywhere.